Welcome, friends. Now we have to start a session on business skills. This session will have 15 skills to be talked about. Now, in the business skills today, world over, every skill, every aspect of life is being taken. Like it should be one-to-one coaching sessions in the business school, or individual assessment of your personal skill needs, or you have to attend your harvest training or business skills of program or individual personal development program plan. All this will help you in improving your business skills. The most important first aspect in the business skill is SWOT analysis. Of course, we have business plan and all those things, that is a process. But a skill needs to be first is the SWOT analysis. What is this SWOT analysis? SWOT analysis is an extremely useful tool to understanding and decision making for all sorts of situations in business and organization or life. SWOT analysis is an acronym for your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Why conduct a SWOT? To assist in strategic planning, to help map resources and capabilities to competitive environment, to provide greater transparency around collective objectives. Here are some examples of what a SWOT analysis can be used to assess, especially a company, its position in the market, commercial viability, a method of sales distribution, a product or a brand, a business idea, a strategic option such as entering a new market or launching a new product, an opportunity to make an acquisition, a potential partnership, changing a supplier, outsourcing a service, activity or resource, and investment opportunity. Be sure to describe the subject for the SWOT analysis clearly so that people contributing to the analysis and those seeing the finished SWOT analysis properly understand the purpose of the SWOT assessment and implications. Dear friends, when you do this, you have skills profiling it, business goals, gap analysis, skills plan, delivery, and measure. So let us look into it. What is the SWOT analysis? Why we need it? We need the strengths, advantages of preposition. For any company, let us see what will be the strengths of it. Capabilities, competitive advantages, unique selling points, resources, assets, people, experience, knowledge, data, financial reserves like returns, marketing, reach, distribution, and awareness. All these are our strengths. We have to work out our strengths on all these aspects. Innovative aspects, location and geographical aspects, price, value, quality, accreditations, qualifications, certifications, process, systems, IT, communication, cultural attitudinal behavior, management cover or section. All these include in our strengths. Then what are weaknesses? Disadvantages of proposition, gaps in capabilities, lack of competitive strength, reputation, presence and reach, financials, own known vulnerables, time scales, deadlines, pressures, cash flow, start-up cash drain, continuity, supply chain robustness, effects on core activities, distraction, reliability of data, plan predictably, morale, commitment, leadership, accreditations, process and systems, management cover, and succession. Then what are our opportunities? Market development, competitors' vulnerabilities, industry or lifestyle trends, technology development and innovation, global influences, new markets, vertical or horizontal, niche target markets, geographical export import, new USPs, tactics, surprise, major contacts, business and product development, information and research, partnerships, agencies, distribution, volumes, production, economies, seasonal, weather, fashion influence. Dear friends, then what are our threats? Threats can be political effects, legislative effects, environmental effects, IT developments, competitor intentions or various market demand, new technologies, services, ideas, vital contacts and partners, sustaining internal capabilities, obstacles faced, in weaknesses, loss of key staff, sustainable financial backing, economy, home, abroad, season, and weather effects. All these are our threats. So for each company or each product or each project which when we launch, we should work out on strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. And there is also a workforce planning model which has to be worked out. Now when we work out all the strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and threats, we should also understand what is this big business opportunity we get. A business opportunity involves sales and lease of any product, service, equipment that will enable the purchaser license to begin a business. Makeup of a business opportunity. A business opportunity consists of 4 integrated elements, all of which are to be present within the same time frame and most often within the same domain or geographical locations before it can be claimed as a business opportunity. Dear friends, the elements are a need, the means to fulfill the need, a method to apply the means to fulfill the need, a method to benefit. Yes, friends. Okay, business opportunity is there, but then what is this entrepreneur? The current definition of an entrepreneur is one who organizes, manages, and assumes the risks of a business or enterprise. Entrepreneurship is a mindset more than anything. We identified 6 qualities that make an entrepreneur. Like a dreamer, a big idea of how something can be better and different. Yes, each one dream and then dreamer makes it into a reality. Innovator, demonstrate how the idea applied outperforms current practice. There can be an innovative idea from the existing business and it might take off. Then a passionate. Some people are passionate to start something. Expressive, so the idea creates energy and resonance with others. Dear friends, there are also people who are risk takers. But he is the one who risk taking. He will pursue the dream without all the resources lined up at the start and distributes the risk over a network of capabilities. Then there is another person whom we can call a dogged committer. He stays with executing the innovation through the peaks and valleys to make it work. Yes, a taskmaster. Then you have another person who is a continuous learner, constantly exploring and evolving to do the best practice. Yes, there are people who don't just sit down with in the starting we have done it and let it will take off. No. So an entrepreneur should be all this. Are you really an entrepreneur? Even though we are working with somebody, we should have the qualities of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is one who starts his business, but many of us work with that business where we should also have an entrepreneur's quality. That's where our business skills will be excelled. On top of the list, there are 10. Like, you are always looking for opportunities. Yes, we should look for opportunities. This is almost a definition of an entrepreneur. Every pain point is an opportunity. As we said, an optimist and a pessimist. What is the difference between these two? Pessimist looks of a difficulty in every opportunity, but optimist will look for an opportunity in every difficulty. So in the same way, you have to look into opportunity. Are you prepared to work long hours every day for an indefinite period of time? Yes, dear friends, this is the most important aspect. Are we, the moment we think 9 to 5 work, then we cannot become an entrepreneur. Even though we are working with a company, we have to give our loyalty, our time to company fully. Good health. If you maintain your good health, then only you can be a good entrepreneur. You cannot answer yes unless you are blessed with good health and the discipline to maintain it in tough times. Even though you are not feeling well, the moment you start thinking I am not feeling well, your condition becomes still worse. But don't neglect your health. At the same time, don't have self-pity. Do you have a unique service or product? Most entrepreneurs have a pocket full of ideas, many of them viable. Yes, we have so many ideas, and those ideas we have to look into it. Are they viable? Are you willing to make short-term sacrifices for long-term success? All of us should understand and make short-term sacrifices for long-term success. There will be a long periods of time when everyone around you questions your sanity, and on all normal metrics they would be right. So keep this. Honesty and integrity. You often have to be able to work with people without the protection of legal contracts. You are dreaming miles ahead while focused on what you are doing right now. The entrepreneur is an odd mix, part dreamer, part brutal realities and pragmatist. You need to be a pragmatic. Are you self-confident? You will almost certainly be going against odds that would make most people run away. Self-confidence doesn't mean overconfidence. But self-confidence comes along with self-discipline too, and understanding power, and with politeness. Discipline. You will need discipline to maintain your health so that you can work hard, so that you can focus on one product or service you have chosen and ignore all temptations. You need to have that self-confidence and discipline. You are prepared to say, I don't know, but I will figure it out. Today in the world, most of us don't say we don't know. If we say we don't know, we feel the people are going to take us, underestimate us. Don't tell that you don't know, but ask for clarification, ask for information. Entrepreneurs have to be generalists. They may know one thing very, very well, but they also have to know enough about almost everything else to occasionally to do those things themselves and have the judgment to eventually hire the right people to do those things. Yes, entrepreneur should be an expert in one thing, but he should also be a jack of all, not master of none, master of one aspect. What are the 7 key qualities of a successful entrepreneur? According to Christine, all successful entrepreneurs have a similar way of thinking and possesses several key personal qualities that make them so successful in business. Successful entrepreneurs, like the ambitious Richard Branson, have an inner drive to succeed and grow their business rather than having a Harvard business degree or technical knowledge in a particular field. But today, we do need the degrees, we do need qualifications, we do need experience. So, what is that? That inner drive to succeed. All successful entrepreneurs have these qualities. The first thing is inner drive to succeed. Entrepreneurs are driven to succeed and expand their business. They see the bigger picture and are often very ambitious. Entrepreneurs set massive goals for themselves and stay committed to achieving them regardless of the obstacles that get in the way. Strong belief in themselves. Successful entrepreneurs have a healthy opinion of themselves and often have a strong and assertive personality. They are focused and determined to achieve their goals and believe completely in their ability to achieve them. Their self-optimism can often be seen by others as flamboyance or arrogance, but entrepreneurs are just too focused to spend too much time thinking about unconstructive criticism. Dear friends, search for new ideas and innovation. Yeah, this is the main quality, because unless we are innovative, unless we have ideas, we can't go further. All entrepreneurs have a passionate desire to do things better to improve their products or service. They are constantly looking for ways to improve. They are creative, innovative, and resourceful. Though we may not be entrepreneurs, we should know the qualities of an entrepreneur because we are working with an entrepreneur. Openness to change. If something is not working for them, they simply change. Yes. And when they change, we all have to change along with them. Entrepreneurs know the importance of keeping on top of their industry, and the only way to being number one is to evolve and change with the times. They are up to date with the latest technology or service techniques and are always ready to change if they see a new opportunity arise. Dear friends, that's why we talk so much about change management. When it's not the person's changing, it is an attitude changes. Competitive by nature. Successful entrepreneurs thrive on competition. The only way to reach their goals and live up to their self-imposed high standards is to compete with other successful businesses. Highly motivated and energetic. Entrepreneurs are always on the move, full of energy and highly motivated. They are driven to succeed and have an abundance of self-motivation. The high standards and ambition of many entrepreneurs demand that they have to be motivated. Now, accepting of constructive criticism and rejection. Innovative entrepreneurs are often at the forefront of their industry, so they hear the word, "it can't be done," quite a bit. They readjust their path if the criticism is constructive and useful to their overall plan. Otherwise, they will simply disregard the comments as pessimism. Also, the best entrepreneurs know that rejection and obstacles are a part of any leading businesses and they deal with appropriately. True entrepreneurs are resourceful, passionate, and driven to succeed and improve. They are pioneers and are comfortable fighting on the front line. The great ones are ready to be laughed at and criticized in the beginning because they can see their path ahead and are too busy working towards their dream. So, what are the types of entrepreneurs then? The classification is based on types of businesses, use of technology, motivation, growth, stages in development, and other aspects. Let us see how the classification of entrepreneurs takes place. Innovative entrepreneurs are developed in different developed countries. You find that aggressive assemblage of information and analyzing. They will be aggressive in experimentation and cleverly put attractive possibilities into practice. They also see opportunity for introducing a new technique, new product, or a new market. Raise money to launch an enterprise, assemble the various factors, and choose top executives and set the organization going. Then you have an imitative entrepreneur. He is characterized by imitation, then innovative entrepreneurs. They imitate the technology and the techniques innovated by others. Absolutely no wrong in it. You are learning. They are important in underdeveloped nations. Then you have adaptive or imitative, both. They transform the system with the limited resources available, face less risk and uncertainty. They are organizer of factors of production than a creator. He can set in chain reaction and lead to culminative progress. Yes, you can adopt and you know already somebody has worked on it. It becomes easy for you to go ahead and do the work. Then there is a Fabian entrepreneur. Who is he? He is very cautious and skeptical while practicing any change. Neither the will to introduce new changes nor the desire to adopt new methods. Shy and lazy. They don't take risks. They follow predecessors. Yeah, from olden times it is coming. Let me go ahead. Determined by custom, religion, traditions, and past practices. They imitate only a situation when it becomes absolutely necessary. Then there are drone entrepreneurs. Who are they? They are laggards and operate in traditional way. They are conventional. They refuse to change and adopt new opportunities to make changes in production methods. So, do you want to be called as innovative, creative entrepreneurs or working with them? Or do you want to be called drone or Fabian entrepreneurs? We have to decide. If you learn all the skills and take the company ahead, we are innovative entrepreneurs. Dear friend, learn the business skills, learn the corporate skills, and become the best out of them. So, what do you mean by entrepreneur? and what are the functions of entrepreneur. Then once you have decided what type of entrepreneur you are, then what should you be doing your functions. Entrepreneur is the person who takes the initiative of establishing a business enterprise. He is also designated as the captain of the industry, business organizer, and the business manager. The various functions performed by the entrepreneur are: he brings into existence a business unit and therefore he acts as a promoter. Though our proprietors are there, in olden days we had proprietors and the business is run by the specialist. Today the proprietor is also a specialist. The entrepreneur, that's why he is called entrepreneur. He knows what he is doing. So he just not runs the business just for the sake of running the business or just getting the money. No, he wants to be known as one of the best in the country or in the world. So he brings into existence a business unit and therefore he acts as a promoter. He prepares the blue of the business activities. He arranges the various factors of production and finance for the business. He sets up the desired organization and prepares plans and policies for its smooth operation. He performs distributive functions by making necessary payment to land, labor, and capital. He must be a man of clever vision and full knowledge of business activities. Having known all this, we should also know there is a rule for a CEO. Yes, a CEO should follow a triple 30 by 10 rule. What is this 30 by 10 rule? First is 30% of what you know, then 30% of leadership, then 30% of social skills, then 10% of technical and other skills. It is for the entrepreneurs, dear friends, not for the business professionals. We all are professionals. So entrepreneur needs those 30 by 10 rule for a CEO. So let us now understand there are some of the business skills we should be knowing it, understanding it. Like they say there are 21 business skills that enhance business. First is the communication, where it is written communication, social networking, speaking, sales, and negotiation. All this is in communication. Then you have planning skills, that is strategic planning, project planning, financial planning, risk-taking planning, and logistics planning. Then there is a productive skill, time management skill, meeting management skill, leadership management skill, system skill, personal productivity. Then you have creativity skills, imagination, inventiveness, problem solving, brainstorming, making connected. All these are again the skills that you should always know. You should have the ability to relax and unwind along with all the skills. So, dear friends, we should also understand that all the business skills will help us. So we will be talking about help aspect here, the last aspect of 5H program when we are dealing these skills. In this main session, let us understand business skills to make ourselves creative and innovative entrepreneurs. Actually, in the business skills session, we'll be talking about other than SWOT analysis, 14 skills. What are they? Business networking, coaching and mentoring, leadership styles and skills, managing change, marketing management, meeting management, task management, teamwork, sociability, team building, time management, virtual team management, workplace writing, corporate social responsibility, and organizational development and behavior. When we have all these things, dear friends, we have to understand some of the skills what we have. So let us do a small exercise, self-assessment of business skills. We may not be fully understanding what it is, but we should know whether they are necessary skills or some skills are needed or not likely required for that. So there is an assessment form on the management skills. I have given there 1, 2 and 3. I myself have put it according to the international standards, whether it is needed, whether it is actually like necessary skill or some skills are necessary or sometimes it is necessary. So I have given it management skills. So you will see number 2, number 1 and number 3 according to me. But according to you, you can put it and please send it. Financial skills are there, clerical skills are there, selling skills, communication skills, manual training, financing, maintenance skills, research skills and service skills, public relations skills, and add some skills which you feel if I have left out some, you can have additional skills you may please to add it. So I would like you to fill this form and submit it. Thank you. Welcome friends. Let us speak about the help aspect of 5H program. Help aspect deals with the social responsibility and mainly I would like the human happiness and concerns is the objective of it and social responsibility touches it, and this needs to be worked with all the departments, especially with the HR department. Now what are the social responsibility and managerial ethics we need to talk about? Which area we talk about in the corporate social responsibility and what are the different methods, what are the different ways we are going to deal with it. Please go through the handouts which is given to you, understand, read through the material which is been given. There is a module on health, please go through it, which will help you to implement social responsibility, how the responsibility of the program will be under the chemical industry. So there we have to. The most important leadership traits are also given because the leadership traits only will help you in promoting the health aspect. Go through the thing and you can understand how it is working out, and then skills of leadership are given. Please go ahead. We will be discussing in detail about the leadership styles and skills. Then you have qualities of a good leader to be understood under the help and leadership qualities, and then you have ideas for community service. Nearly 366 ideas have been given. You can take any of them to go to community to work on it because the awareness programs are the most important thing for us to understand. Interactions you can have at team interactions meeting. That's what we are going to talk about, team building and teamwork under this. So you can work on teams and understand what is this team interaction and their meetings and how to conduct an effective team meeting also. Leadership team building activities can be taken up and fill in the formats, how to conduct it, and perfect collaborative operational meetings. Then you have some techniques to be followed. Understand those techniques, and there is a branch out model of leadership which I have given, which you have gone through in the Powers of Mind module, which you have gone through. It's a research module. And then you can have health and medicine service learning projects of the health, and so lot of activities can be done through it. So understand the activities. Some activities have been listed there for you to understand. You can take their help, and then awareness campaign is the most important thing. You should start the awareness programs, we being the health oriented. So you can conduct a mental health awareness week or month or physical health, or take a particular way and conduct it so that you give an awareness program first within the corporate and then to the society. There are, you understand, we have to help the community. That is one of the responsibilities of the corporate. And evaluation, take up the evaluation as a survey work. Go ahead and do the survey. You get lot of help, lot of working outcomes from this. I'll ask for help before my problems get out of control. That's what we have to help people, and practical help will be understood. The practical help is the practical tips you should know, support for careers you should know, safety you should know, getting a break, getting about what it is, help at home and day centers, financial help, whatever help the company can give, the corporate can give, they should go out to start working on it. And most important is the health awareness programs. Dear friends, work through it, and with this we finish the 5H program modules. We have lot to do on the skill modules. Thank you. Welcome friends. Today we will be doing on business networking. What is this business networking? Business networking is a technique of using business influence and personal connections in order to bring a steady supply of customers. An increase in the number of customers will allow a business to gain more revenues and eventually help it grow. Dear friends, there are many ways for business to expand their network, and with the use of the internet, networking strategies are becoming easier to implement. When utilizing business networking, a business could gain the benefit of being able to collaborate with other similar businesses, get referrals, obtain free advertising opportunities, and even learn from seasoned businesses of the same field or industry. Yes, friends, this will help business owners and executives learn the concept of business networking. It will also provide various networking options and ideas that will help you gain leverage amid strong competition. Then how do we do this business networking? We form a virtual group and we network with them. Centrally, we might have 4 to 5 referrals where we can network with them. What will be the training objectives in business networking then? By the end of this self-paced training, you will be able to understand the concept and significance of business networking. Already which you know, I know it. But still we have to understand a better understanding of the whole concept. Understand the concept of online virtual business network. Understand the importance of virtual business networks, especially for small businesses. Know how to use various online tools in order to effectively network your businesses. Learn effectual strategies and techniques to successfully conduct business networking. So what will be the aspects in the training will be online virtual business network, business networks and international business, exploring business networking, information sharing in business network, knowledge management in business network, collaboration in virtual networks, virtual business networks, building relationships through business networks. Business network, virtual communication tools, freelance opportunities in business networks, assigning business network, creating virtual business networks, information strategy, agility in virtual business and smart business. Friends, when we talk about so many aspects, we should also know how to begin an online virtual business network. Before going into the process, let us know what is virtual business network. Virtual business network can be defined as a business that does not have a physical identity and operated entirely online on the World Wide Web. All identity and recognition issues of a business are done through secure electronic identification and validation process. So, if you have a head office, then you have the branch offices, you can use the internet VPN and do your networking too. What are the advantages of virtual business networking? The first and foremost advantage of virtual business networking is the ease with which it can be planned and implemented. There is little or no financial burden on implementing these changes to go online. All activities for performing business transactions such as strategic alliance, sales, joint ventures, advertising, marketing, HR management, knowledge management and sharing, business promotion can be performed online. VBNs, that is virtual business network, are appearing everywhere and in many guises and names such as collaborative networks, virtual clusters, virtual enterprise networks, collaborative supply chains, network enterprises and star alliances. There are 8 distinctive types of VBN. CSC, that is collaborative supply chain, CSN, collaborative suppliers chain, CPDN, collaborative product development network, ETA, enhanced trade association, IAN, incubation and acceleration network, SPX, subcontracting and partnership exchange, TLE, technology and led ecosystem, VEN, virtual enterprise network. This taxonomy of virtual business network will enable us, like the leaders of small businesses, to identify which type of VPN can best accelerate their ambitions for growth through vital virtual collaborations. Leaders of large enterprises to explore more effective forms of VPN-based networking with smaller supplies than traditional supply chains. Government policy makers to establish which types of VPN might be worth evaluating and including in their strategies. Dear friends, virtual business networks are everywhere. We see a proliferation of virtual business networks around a number of common themes: business to business corporation, enhancing business scale, mutual business benefits focus, internet technology enabled. So the terminology is more important to know because we should understand the working of it. It varies from business to business. The labels such as collaborative network, virtual cluster, network incubator, virtual enterprise network, collaborative supply chain, current enterprise, agile virtual enterprise, collaborative R&D network, networked enterprise, subcontracting and partnership exchange are star alliances, as which I have already mentioned before. Most commonly, this reduces to three broad areas: increased sales. Yes, collective marketing, that is sharing a common brand, collective bidding, wider product offering, or new channels to market for existing products. It also will enhance innovations. How? A new product development, which can be a shared knowledge, improved efficiency and products might be the best practice, access to university R&D, technology transfer. It will also reduce the cost. How can that do? Sharing a resource like capacity and people, sharing a service, training and marketing, joint procurement, materials and services. So what are the key differences between the virtual business network? The key differentiators of different types of virtual business network are topology, primary objective, the levels of cooperation, VPN longevity, and legal formality. Dear friends, let us look into business networks and international business, internationalizing a business network. In the present era of information technology, small businesses and medium-scale businesses have joined together to form small business networks. How do we go about it? Specialized reports in specific businesses areas such as marketing, finance, and management are available. There are research papers available on managing international business relationships. How do we manage alliances? Alliances form the key part of any international business network. The top management in this international business network formulates business strategies taking into consideration that all alliances will be to implement it. Regional factors, social factors, and cultural factors need to be taken into consideration. Exploring business networking. Introduction to business networking. How can we introduce ourselves into the networking? The business to business communication, being an essential part of business networking, takes the advantage of technological developments of the internet and the World Wide Web. The business networking concept has taken a giant leap, opening up new avenues and opportunities in the global perspective. Online business groups and online communities are becoming a common starting place for major collaboration and business networking. Dear friends, the advantages of business networking are many, especially in trading services, advertising and referrals, sharing business knowledge, and business stability. How do we share the information in business networking? The need of the hour is to have information shared. With the advent of enterprise resource planning, that is called ERP, and system applications and products, that is SAP. The financial implications of managing product assets and order-based production methodology are followed by most businesses. Enterprise resource planning and system applications and products rely heavily on the business information fed for effective utilization. These tools have enabled the effective control and running of product production lines efficiently. Dear friends, advantages of information sharing in a business network need to be looked into. There are several advantages which information sharing in the business network provides when compared with the traditional methods. That is in the business management, business advertising, product search and payment processing. Collaboration in virtual business network. We have understood how to introduce into the business networking, but now we have to understand how to collaborate. The advent of the internet and communication technologies has even enabled the small business to take part in global virtual networks based on their business domain. Through the virtual business network, the small business improves their productivity, quality, innovative skills, the flexibility that contribute to the overall business growth. The small businesses also avoid the risk of high financial investment and market instabilities by joining a virtual business network. Yes, how do we join a virtual business network then? The virtual business networking opportunities can be generated by joining the several communities that are available on the internet. Value of the virtual business network is by joining a renowned and reputed virtual business network, small business can benefit a lot. Vision and goal of the virtual business network is the vision and goal plays an important role in deciding the effectiveness of joining the network. Virtual business networks are classified. What are the classifications? Virtual business network is the most discussed topic among the business communities nowadays. Virtual enterprise networks, virtual collaborative networks, virtual cluster networks, virtual collaborative supply chain, and virtual network enterprises. Different factors influence virtual business networks. There are mainly two important factors that influence the virtual business network. The first one is the vision and aim of the individual companies and business that are part of the virtual business network. The regional business policies aim to develop business networks based on the business viability and facilities in a particular region. How do we build relationships through business networks? That's the most important thing. Because in the technical age, we should not lose the proper understanding. The relationships is how, with the advent of technology and growth of internet, it is now possible for the businessmen to have email, chat and even live meetings on the internet. Yes, we can conduct a live meeting on the internet. These features of internet have greatly enhanced the communication capabilities of the business. Internet is instant and there is no delay in the message reaching the appropriate business manager. So we have to know the geographical conditions of the business also. Now, opportunities for creating virtual business relationships. The internet provides for creating virtual business relationships. Business agents, social networks, blogs, forums, virtual business networks, all that which we talked in the social media, the tools can be used for business networking. Business network virtual communication tools are It provides several tools and methods for virtual communication, enabling the businesses to venture into the global market. What are the websites that we can look into? The website provides communication facilities in both directions, internal as well as external. Professional look, sharing business knowledge, search capabilities, business portfolios, product and services, shopping carts, customer services, customer feedback, and continuous change. Freelancers opportunities in business networks. Yes, there is a lot of work for freelancers. Freelancing means the process through which individuals work from home. This freelancer job can be also looked upon as a small home-based business. Dear friends, I am not a businesswoman. I am not doing business from home. Of course, I am working through social media. I am reaching you out through social media. This freelancer job can be also looked upon as a small home-based business. The individuals without a job, retired individuals, housewives, students and handicapped individuals can all start on this new venture with no financial requirement to start up at all. So this needs to be understood. Freelancer jobs are web programming, web journalism, web content training, web consultancy and online trading. That's what I am doing now, online training and marketing. There is a lot of difference between online training, face-to-face and using the social media for online training. Assessing business networks. The virtual enterprise networks are formed by groups of small businesses or companies with the primary aim bidding and winning large business contracts. How do we do it? We need to assess the factors. Business work network status. This factor is the most important for all the factors. This means the business network status indicates the state of the network. All networks have different states such as a formation state, valuation state, expansion state, formulation and operational state. Requirements of virtual business network. There are certain requirements which need to be met before creating a virtual business network. Technical capabilities, establishing aim and vision, formulating membership eligibility conditions, formulating membership termination rules, formulating hierarchy, conflict resolution policy, risk and reward management policy, and resilience and fault tolerance policy. Factors that decide success: simplifying technology support, collaborative working ethics, understanding responsibility and accountability. Dear friends, the virtual business networks are so many, from human to animals, to the nature and to the world, to the earth and to all the whole corporates. Information strategy for business networks. Economic reconstruction has been possible with the advent of information world comprising of software and hardware designed to produce the necessary information required to manage the business process. We spoke about process management. The infrastructure for such a technology is generally costly but involves cheap navigational cost too. What is information strategy then? Strategic utilization of information technology involves business-oriented approach to use the features of information technology. The organization roles and responsibilities needs to be redefined matching with the information strategy. Encourage activities on research, and development on the implementation and maintenance issues of information technology in the business. Information strategy should also account for work group activities. Agility in virtual business networks. Agility means responding to rapid changes and continuous change management. With the rapid economic changes and unexpected market behavior, the virtual business networks have to adapt themselves to be able to respond in a family and fast manner. Agility in the viewpoint of business network means the flexibility in incorporating changes during the execution of a long-term project. Dear friends, we do need agility. The business networks realize the requirement of formulating and redesigning their supply chain process to provide for such rapid change requests and adaptability. The new model of agile business network principles have been introduced already. What are the factors that affect agility? To incorporate agility in business networks, it is important to understand the factors which affect its implementation in the business network. That is social factors, cultural factors, management metrics, and common principles. Smart business networks. Smart business network is a creative way of doing business, establishing a strong link to achieve effective results better than the conventional business. IT can be considered as the linking nodes comprising of organization. A chain in a network is connected exactly from one to another. IT is adaptable to situations, dynamic, and has the ability to get linked easily and delink quickly as possible. Dear friends, so let us look into the features of smart business network. Presently, smart business network is not a reality in the business world. Yes. Researchers are maximizing their efforts to implement smart business network. This business is a coordinated business with the features like alertness, vigorous established with adequate network structures and networking process. You can look into some of the features where we all can work for it and might start a smart business network. It comprises of qualified suppliers and customers. Smartness of business remains comparative, time-bound and suited to situation. Competitive business coping up with the changing trends to manage the opposition in the business. Linked nodes in the smart business network have compatible goals, communicating in novel way, sustainable for a longer period, adopts coordinated business process. Yes, friends. Now, let us know we have understood what is business networking. Let us do a small exercise using free-form web. Create your own virtual business networking plan. There is a free-form web is given. Use it. How do you network? What are the different aspects you are going to network? Give us a plan. Let us work it out and see whether we can start a smart business networking. Thank you. Welcome, friends. Today we will be talking about coaching and mentoring skills. What are these coaching and mentoring skills? Why do we need in corporate world? That's the most important thing. The outcome is the leaders are important and they should know how to mentor. Now, it is said that a company that places emphasis on the welfare of its people from the management level down to the staff is one that is likely to succeed in its business endeavors. Dear friend, Productivity and quality work, performance of the employees help the company to achieve its goal easily. So, given this fact, many companies invest in improving their people through various employee enhancement programs. Coaching and mentoring programs are two of most commonly employed organizational activities that are primarily geared towards personal and professional development. These programs are not temporary, although they can be situational. Once the company decides to implement coaching and mentoring programs for the employees, there should be sufficient planning and preparation to design really effective coaching and mentoring sessions. Dear friends, then why coaching skills? First, that is the most important thing. Creating solutions for problem solving, developing people, managing performances, and providing feedback and teaching and guiding. If we start first creating solutions and teaching and guiding, that will give you also a feedback. Many considerations and requirements have to be met. Creating a coaching and mentoring process, selecting the best tools and techniques, choosing coaching and mentoring styles, guidelines and protocols, selection of coaches and mentors, and eventually developing coaching and mentoring best practices. Mentoring is a process that highly regards the roles of superiors and managers as mentors in the workforce. Coaching is a process that requires the coaching professionals to facilitate learning and help develop performance of individuals. Coaching is not exclusively for those who have deficiencies in their work, performance and skills. It is intended for all employees in the workplace, and that includes every level from the executives or the management to the low-level employees. It is important to note that coaching and mentoring are designed to develop and enhance, not merely to correct a weakness or flaw. Dear friends, here when we talk about coaching and mentoring, now you are the trainers. You will train yourself and you will coach and mentor your workforce. What are the aspects of this training which you will be giving to your workforce? Here we will be talking about what is coaching and mentoring, what are the differences between coaching and mentoring, coaching as a process, the process of mentoring, why coaching and mentoring is important, what is the role of coach and mentor, the most important coaching and mentoring skills. Yes, we should know how to coach and how to mentor. What are the best practices in mentoring? That also we'll be talking about. Coaching best practices and how to conduct effective coaching, about different coaching and mentoring styles, things to know about coaching tips and techniques, methods to coach inexperienced learners, executive coaching, how to coach managers, what are the challenges of team coaching. So first let us understand in detail what is this coaching and mentoring skill. Coaching and mentoring are two important processes that can be applied in different areas such as academic institutions, athletic teams, and in workplace settings. In many companies and organizations, coaching and mentoring are regarded as highly effective techniques in employee development for both management and staff level. Coaching is a process of enabling individual learning and development, so performance and skills are enhanced. Mentoring is a process of improving individual knowledge, work efficiency, and way of thinking. Dear friends, in coaching, the most important thing is to motivate the employees. Once you motivate, By leading by an example, they will definitely inspire. The mentor and the coach, who will mentor has to lead by example, and inspirer will get coached. Then there will be a teamwork if there is a vision. And the last is there will definitely be a winning. Win-win situation is the most important thing. Dear friends, when to conduct coaching and mentoring? There are many reasons to provide coaching and mentoring to employees. A few reasons are like developing skills, continuing projects, enhancing projects, solving problems, enhancing careers, brainstorming, resolving conflicts, motivating team members. The various types of coaching and mentoring are performance coaching and mentoring, skills coaching and mentoring, personal coaching and mentoring, executive coaching and mentoring. The differences between coaching and mentoring. Understanding the coaching and mentoring process by guiding, coaching, teaching, mentoring and counseling. Dear friends, in a coaching situation, in a mentoring situation, first of course you need people, and that helps you how to help them in sales, finance and accounting, product development, leadership, marketing, strategic planning and product and operations. In all these areas you need coaching and mentoring. What is the difference between coaching and mentoring? Focus, role or function, relationship, source of influence, personal return and scope. The different areas of the difference between coaching and mentoring with other areas is training and development, counseling and consultancy. If we take coaching as a process, we have to follow some steps. Coaching is best conducted if the coach is fully aware and knowledgeable of the theories and practices involved in the process. The person who is coaching must go learn all the process. They should know, and they should be skilled enough to have the whole information in their hand. Coaching is most effective if the coach can demonstrate a variety of skills, styles and techniques suitable to the context in which coaching is conducted. The activity is dynamic and broad. In the workplace, a coach must know the theoretical concepts and must fully embrace their functions before progressing to the application. Dear friends, there's a lot of value for coaching process. So what is the value of coaching process? This includes utilizing of a coach, model, a coaching flow or simply coaching procedures. I'll be happy if you can implement this coaching with your workplace. An effective implementation of coaching in workplace involves a constant adjustment to the ever-evolving system and structures in an organization. The coaching process allows a structured approach in its implementation. In coaching, there must be variations in the use of styles and techniques. If we are having coaching and mentoring, it also takes it to performance management and consultation. The stages in the standard coaching process model are: the standard coaching process matrix has 4 stages. Each of these phases will be outlined and explained. First is analysis for awareness, plan for responsibility, implementing using styles, techniques and skills, evaluate success. Dear friends, the 4-step coach process, the 4 major steps in the process of coaching are observation, discussion, active coaching, and follow-up. When we talk about that learning life cycle, we have to understand, identify the requisition, then go for a chart annual plan, then go for roll quarter plan, then implement monthly execution and reporting and evaluation. In a coaching, in a learning life cycle, the process is first identifying it, charting out, and quartering the role, implementing, and then reporting. The process of mentoring. Successful mentoring is based on a step-by-step process which has the role to build the relationship and conduct the mentoring sessions effectively. Just as coaching follows a structured process, mentoring is also conducted through a process. Lack of planning in mentoring obviously does not generate a successful and productive outcome. Dear friends, effective mentoring process, a 4-step process, may be used as guide. Building the relationship, negotiating arguments, developing the mentoring, and ending the relationship. We should know how to develop it, and we should also know where to leave it. Stages in the mentoring process, the working model. It has introduction, foundation, orientation, collaboration, problem solving, personal framework, professional framework, and transition. Why coaching and mentoring is important? Organizations and companies find coaching and mentoring highly beneficial for the career growth of their employees. So coaching and mentoring has been applied by many entities in their organizational practices. All the workplace coaching and mentoring is used when the management finds that there are working individuals who need to enhance their potentials to perform better in their jobs and to be more productive. Yes, friends, we have to know the GROW model. How is the GROW model? There will be goals, reality, and options, and willpower. When, where, how, and how much, what, all these questions will be answered. If we want to know it, we should know what will you do, then what do you want, then what is happening now, and what could you do. All these are important questions. What are the benefits of a coach and a mentor? Increased job satisfaction. Yes, we will feel very happy if we are coaching and mentoring. We will be very active. Further enhancement of their own skill level, advantage of their own professional development, enhanced skill in problem analysis and strategic thinking, develop self-esteem. What is the benefit for the learner? When you are coaching and you are mentoring whom? A learner. So what are the benefits for them? Increases self-confidence and self-esteem, promotes professional career growth, enhances skills, identifies weak areas and turns them into potential successes, develops good relationship with the supervisor, enhances problem analysis, reduces the feeling of low self-worth and frustration, provides an opportunity to think about a better work role and career, gives a focused attention in the aspect of training and development. Dear friends, let us understand how we should develop the process. Now, when there is a benefit for organization, then only we can work in a better way. The higher employee retention, it will be there. competitive advantage with more skilled and well-performing employees, increased skill set and knowledge levels of the people, greater chances of attaining goals, succession planning, full utilization of human resources, enhancement of communication within the organization, strengthening of company cultures and ethics. What is the effectiveness of coaching and mentoring? The impact of coaching and mentoring sessions to the individual working in an organization is greater with the things like there is a collaborative atmosphere in the workplace, the management acknowledges the needs of the employees, there are standard processes, the work roles of employees are redefined, the designated coaches and mentors have the appropriate personal and professional attitudes and skills required, the employees recognize the need and responsibility, there is an evaluation about the impact on the individuals and the organization. Dear friends, if we take the surveys, audits, diagnostics and health checks, we can understand what all the needs. Retail training program is needed, tailored in-company training and coaching and mentoring is needed, management development all levels is needed, sales training and development programs are needed. So many programs are needed. The advantages of coaching and mentoring are good working relationship are also developed since the supervisor usually takes the role of a coach to the staff. Yes, now you are the coach for the staff. The implementation of coaching and mentoring in the workplace is a great contribution to the overall development after the individual and organizational levels. What is the role of a coach and a mentor then? They are responsible for implementing the coach and mentoring processes and procedures set by the organization as part of their employee development programs. Most organizations appoint supervisors and managers to take on the role of a coach. Coaching and mentoring roles: advisor, counselor, friend or supporter, facilitator or guide, instructor or teacher, motivator, organizer and a planner, role model, coach and mentor. Dear friends, for doing all these things, there should be some good qualities to become a good coach and a mentor. A good coach and a mentor should be a good listener. Every good listener may not become a good coach and mentor, but a good coach and mentor should be a good listener. They should be emotionally intelligent. They should have presence of mind. They should be a good motivators. Yes, you should motivate. Inspiringly persuasive and influential. We cannot snub anybody. We should motivate, we should persuade, at the same time we should enhance and encourage them potentiality. Realistic and practical. Whatever we speak, whatever we give, there should be a realistic and practical approach. And you should be open-minded. One needs to be open-minded, approachable, and patient, understanding and considerate. Yeah, you should have patience, you should be considerate, and you should understand the other's feelings. And you should be people-oriented. Of course, in a virtual class like this, we are people-oriented. I may not be able to see you, but I can feel. I can know the other side, the person who is sitting wants to learn. And you can be supportive. You should be an achiever. And you should be respected. Then people will definitely understand and listen to you. The self-assessment. The task of a coach and mentor is very crucial, because you should be aware of how they are performing during their sessions. As after every skill, I'm trying to give you a small exercise to do, so that I will know that you are going through your learning. Because being self-disciplined, at this age, we don't need to supervise whether somebody is learning or not. It is a self-discipline where individually we have to know. In an online training program, we need lot of self-discipline. Nobody will tell, come on, sit, listen, do. Now, you should try to learn it. The self-assessment process can be done by answering a self-evaluation form. Why I am talking so much of self-evaluation? Because you should have a self-awareness, stimulus change. You should know what you are doing. When I ask you to scale yourself, grade point 10, you should know how much you know, so that you can learn better. If I put myself as 10 grade, there is no scope for learning anything, because we have already made ourselves thinking that I am a grade 10. I would like to ask you two questions. Where do you would like to stand? Would you like to be the last of the genius or the first of the averages? If you think you are genius and you place yourself as the last of the genius, because that's the place where you are just entering into the genius thing, but you are last there. But would you like to take the place of the first of the averages? I feel, as an educator for 40 years, we should feel ourselves and put ourselves on the top of the averages, not the bottom of the genius. The moment we think we are genius, that's all. There ends the matter. We cannot learn anything further. If you put yourself at the top of the averages and go on learning new things, coming out, one day you will be top of the genius. Because you are competing with the top of the genius, being there in the top of the averages. And if you are the last of the genius, you have no chances of competing anywhere, by yourself also. First you have to compete yourself with your own self, then compete with the situations and learning. Don't try to compete with others. No. Competing with others is running a race without any aim. Competing with yourself, you have an aim. Where to go? Next stage, next step. So always compete with yourself and grow. In my life, I have competed only with myself. That's why I could grow from a nursery school teacher to international school principal, then go as director of the council, international council, start my own mobile training program, become advisor and a trainer for corporates. And that is a self-improvement. So I feel always compete with yourself and go on learning. Never give 10 to yourself. I always feel give only 7 or 8 to yourself, even if you are the best. Then you have a chance of learning to go further. So in coaching and mentoring, please tell, nothing is more, nothing is complete, and we cannot rate ourselves as 10 and 9, because knowledge is an ocean, information is an ocean. You go to that ocean with a truck, you get truck full. If you go with a bucket full. You go with a glass full. You go with a spoon full. You go with a truck every day, You get every day a truck full, but still the knowledge, that ocean is still there where you have. One lifetime is not enough to learn everything, but whatever we learn, let us learn it in a proper way and never feel that we know everything. There is still left lot to be known in the same area. In no area, anybody, even the perfect person, even the experienced person, even a great scholar, something they may not know. There is a great saying, one of the greatest scientists, he made a big hole for a big cat to go. Then he made a small hole for a small cat to go. He forgot that a small cat can go through the big hole too. But he's a great scientist. So some of these common sense things also sometimes we might forget. That doesn't mean that you are not a scholar. We should feel and coach and mentor that there's a lot more to learn. What I am teaching is not the whole thing. What I am sharing my experience with you, sharing what I understand with you. So, understand, stimulate the change. A resource is the most important. Me being a resource person and a trainer, lot more to be done. I am a learner. I always feel I am a learner. I learn, and share. And that makes you grow. The most important coaching and mentoring skills, the primary coaching skills are rapport building, listening ability, questioning ability, communication skill. Yes, speak, be understood and understand both. Now there are general coaching and mentoring skills. The first is ability to promote trust and respect, facilitate levels of understanding, ability to create an effective coaching and mentoring process, motivate and inspire, ability to offer positive and constructive feedback, to guide the learner in goal setting and attaining and stimulate action, to inculcate self-awareness and self-knowledge, open up new preparations and perspectives, follow a variety of approaches in coaching styles and techniques, recognize significant changes in thoughts and behavior, ability to assist in identifying the value in a situation. Dear friends, there are coaching and mentoring competencies. What are these competencies? Ability to adhere to the ethical rules in the coaching and coaching profession, to create a coaching agreement, initiate a trusting relationship with the trainee or the learner, ability to be vigilant, mindful and spontaneous, provide active listening, ask effective and powerful questions, ability to effectively communicate, increase the individual's levels of awareness, ability to design action plans to address needs and issues, ability to establish realistic goals with the individual, and ability to facilitate the trainer's progress. So, what are the best practices in mentoring? We know the competencies, skills, then the practices. Mentoring program, basically, there are two types of mentoring programs, formal and informal. Developing a formal mentoring program, conducting needs assessment, building a mentoring program roadmap, getting top management support and commitment, assigning a dedicated mentoring program manager, create a working committee or mentoring group. That's where you all will be having a virtual team, and in the virtual teams, each one of you are the leaders. Goal focused coaching skills. Outcomes of coaching, working alliances, solution focus, goal setting, and managing process. Emotional intelligence, personality traits. All these are important. The outcomes of coaching will be working alliance, solution focus, goal setting, and managing processes. In emotional intelligence, you have perceive emotions, use emotions, understand emotions, and manage emotions. And when we talk about personality traits, enduring behavior, emotional and cognitive qualities that are habitual characteristics of the individual. Dear friends, the best practicing in mentoring process are efficient mentoring programs are adequately staffed and funded. Quality mentoring programs are run by dedicated and committed leaders. Quality mentoring programs have a defined set of goals, objectives, and a clear mission throughout the life of the program. Excellent mentoring programs provide a continuous contact and adequate supervision with the members and mentors. Successful mentoring programs have a meaningful impact on the organization. Coaching best practices are explained. Basic understanding of coaching before practice. The cycle of coaching best practices. Reviewing of the individual for coaching. Educating the trainee on the coaching best practices. Determining the most relevant and useful best practices. Identifying areas that need to be improved. Finding measures to evaluate performance levels, benchmarking lapses in performance, choosing a coach style, techniques, and process that will minimize the gaps, implementing and applying the best approaches, evaluating and reviewing the chosen strategy or approach. Yes, friends, we have to know. And what is the ideal coaching best practice? Coaching preparations, build a positive and trusting coaching relationship, setting of expectations, coaching plan and practices, observe patients and practice, develop coaching strategy and technique, conduct coaching sessions, evaluate progress of performance, and documentation of process. Yes, friends, we have to understand the problem and we have to know how to coach about it. So, how to coach? How to coach the effective coaching? How to conduct effective coaching? Elements of an effective coaching sessions are identify the purpose of coaching, establishing clear ground rules and goals in coaching, keeping focused, avoiding one-way communication, communicating in a clear and simple manner, being open to new ideas and possible changes, applying coaching best practices and factors of quality and coaching, one-on-one, goal-oriented, limited in scope and time, conversational, idea focused. Dear friends, when we talk face to face, that time also today we are using LCD projectors and we show you PowerPoints and we show you video clips in the classroom teaching. Of course, there is a guide, a conductor, a trainer there. Here, you are seeing the same thing. So, online training program always helps you to learn at your pace, at your time, at your level. But coaching is need to be more effective. About different coaching and mentoring styles, impact of coaching and mentoring styles. how to deliver the teaching of skills and strategies, how to present the materials, tools and resources, as well as the drills and activities, how to condition the mindset of learners, how to implement the coaching of mentoring process in a smooth manner, how to effectively conduct coaching and mentoring sessions. The primary coaching styles: directive coaching style, cooperative coaching style, casual coaching style, and basic elements of mentoring style. Dear friends, things to know about coaching tips and techniques. Coaching tools and techniques defined in terms of coaching techniques and tools tend to be interchangeably used in context. For example, coaching tool, the GROW model. What is a GROW model? Goal, reality, options and will. These are the GROW model. The strategies and tactics. In any type of coaching, the use of strategies and techniques makes the coaching sessions easier to conduct. Here are 3 fundamental strategies and tactics that coaches can apply. Build an atmosphere of involvement and ownership. Make use of applicable knowledge, necessary tools and resources. Share the coaching goals and objectives and make the trainee understand the current situation. Establish clear standards and gauge for progress and coaching results. Recognize progress in performance and positive changes after coaching. Dear friends, provide challenging roles, tasks and responsibilities. Evaluate the skills and abilities of the trainee. Create the tasks that congruate with their abilities. Set expectations and provide clear directions. Trust the trainee's ability to complete the task. Acknowledge efforts and results. Provide ongoing coaching. Constructive feedback should be given every time after coaching. Document coaching sessions and performance trends of trainees. Utilize applicable tools and resources. Demonstrate effective listening and give of feedback. Yes, friends, how do we understand? Methods to coach inexperienced learners. Coaching inexperienced learners in order to help them develop skills and improve performance. Coaching experienced learners who lack the motivation and willingness to improve work performance. Why don't we understand the methods in a proper way? First is provide constructive feedback. There are some feedback tips like show sensitivity to other people's feelings, provide honest feedback, balancing positive and negative points, choose the right tone and language to use, be descriptive instead of being judgmental, prepare the feedback sessions in advance, be a good role model, lead the employee to the responsibility of actions. The use of the coaching tools are very important and be a role model. Yes, friends, you should be a role model. We can't be preachers, we should be practitioners. If you practice, it will be very good and you will become a role model. Role model means those who practice what they preach is the most important thing. And do everything with self-discipline. You have your limitations, but self-discipline and trustworthiness is the most important thing. Executive coaching. How to coach managers? Yes, we coach learners, we coach students, and we coach workforce and employees. But when it comes to managers, those who manage, nowadays we don't use the word manager. We talk about team leaders, as you all are team leaders. The following qualities of an executive coach are ideal. What it is? Excellent organization skills. Yes, a manager should have excellent organization skills. Ability to communicate information with ease. Has a great deal of enthusiasm and interest towards the subject matter. Has a high level of knowledge and experience on the subject matter. Solid exposure to business management and corporate settings. Good understanding of the executive and management levels job. Broad knowledge of management and leadership development. Familiarity of the dynamics of organizations and communities. So we should understand. In the picture you can see when they are listening, a group, a team is listening. Now it is more important, online training programs. Benefits of executive coaching. The next level. Being in control instead of being controlled. Yeah, that's the most important. Don't try to control others. Control yourself first. Once you control yourself, you get control. If others are not, you are not able to control. It's not, you are not able to control. Sometimes some people don't like to be controlled. But those people should be self-controlling. Increasing professional competencies. Developing personal effectiveness. Developing a flexible management and leadership style. Gaining high level of trust, respect and loyalty from the staff. Improving communication skills. Becoming aligned with organizational objectives. Setting clear expectations and learning how to give effective feedback. Becoming a coach themselves. Yes, there is a teacher in every student and there is a student in every teacher. So there is a learner in every learned person. There is a taught in the scholar and there is a scholar in the taught. We have to enhance that. What are the challenges of team coaching? Here I would like to talk about a coach should keep the mind stable. Why mind? What is mind? Is a consciousness. If there is, mind is invisible. Yes, dear friends, there is no shape for mind. Some people say mind is in the head, mind is in the heart. Where it is? It is everywhere. If at all we give a shape to mind, it has three parts. In the center, down and up. The lower part is ego. The central part is id. And the top part is superego. Everybody has these three parts. The students will have the lower part, that is the ego. The top scholars have the top part, that is called superego. But coach, mentors, teachers, educators has to use lot is the central part is the id. The id balances ego and superego. Ego says push it, punch it. Ego says no, wait. Superego says no, I am punching it. I am pushing it. I am hitting it. So the teacher, the coach, the mentor should balance with id. So use your id most in a more appropriate way. Whereas, what are the challenges of a team coaching? Various organizations, teams can go through conducting and benefiting from it. Examples of these teams are like executive teams, sales team, project teams, training teams and human resource teams. Dear friends, You have team coaching process, discovery, initial team needs assessment, team coaching and training, ongoing team coaching, and progress evaluation. Why don't we go step by step? Some executives used to argue with me, "Ma'am, why should we go step by step? We are in the age of escalators. In the lifts, we will go straight." Yes, dear friends, you can go straight. But then, with one little mistake, it comes down, right down, will go. If you go step by step, you might fall one step, but then claim 10 more steps. So, understand the steps of coaching and understanding the way, the method. We cannot put together everything. Yes, we have lots to learn. A whole number. According to our traditional philosophy, 9 is a whole number, not 10. But today in the modern way, 10 is a whole number. The world knows 10 by 10 to the power of 4. That is to the power of 4, that is the millions, trillions and billions. But in India, 10 to the power of 35 is given in Vedic mathematics. So we should know that we have everything. We have to discover again. So in this way, role and skills of the team coach is very important. The key roles of the team coach are defining the coaching purpose and priorities, understanding the team culture and environment, determining issues to address and barriers to team performance, designing the teach coaching plan, enhancing team confidence and motivation, developing the system, skills and knowledge to internalize coaching. Yes, friends, what are the necessary skills of a team coach? Advanced coaching skills, good knowledge on organization team setting, business acumen and management expertise, strong intuition abilities, flexible thinking, ability to create team dynamics. So how do we go about it? We have to have norming first, and then performance, adjourning, forming and storming. Yes, from norming to storming we go. How? Norming, performing, adjourning, forming and storming. Team coaching versus individual coaching. How do we do that? Either of the two coaching approaches can be used by the company to develop its people. It is a challenge for coaching professionals to make team coaching programs more valuable and feasible. The ultimate advantage of one-on-one coaching is the focused attention on the needs of the individual to address performance gaps and skill deficiencies. It is possible that not all members will be able to get a good grasp of the subject matter due to differences in the learning styles of individuals. A good strategy to overcome these challenges is to enforce every team member's participation in all the activities and drills and during coaching sessions. So dear friends, we need to have an executive forms where we can learn the best, that is the clear goals and objectives first for the coaching process, implementation, productive activity, culture and accountability, infrastructure meetings and sessions, and managing right people at right job. And all this needs mentoring and coaching. So dear friends, now let us come and talk about a small exercise where we can do using compare and contrast organizer. Illustrate how your coaching and mentoring activities differ. You have a compare and contrast organizer. Here 4 items are given. Please make the how it differs. Then fill in. Another form is also there. Fill in the coaching. 6 steps for design of learning experiences worksheet. And how do you do that? This is 6 steps for designing learning. Recognition of a need for coaching, planned actions, you can work on that, and how do you do it, and then teaching. What is the style you are going to? What is the practice you are going to add it? Feedback and coaching, application, goal setting, and follow up or support work. This is the most important. Just a 1-page design for learning experiences worksheet. Please fill this too and send it across. Thank you. Welcome. Today we will be discussing about the leadership styles and skills. It is said leaders are born, not made. But today there are varieties of training programs, leadership training programs where you can be made. And individual development from skill awareness to skill capabilities to business leadership and to motivational leadership. We are going to talk about both motivational and business leadership. Now, leadership skills are the most important thing. There are leaders and there are followers. As the saying goes, and developing good leadership skills can create a distinction between the two. Many people believe a strong leader is born, not made. It is not necessarily the case. As with anything, educating yourself to encourage become a great leader or a person with superb leadership skills takes time, energy, and commitment. A leader is a person who has strong principles, courage, and dedication to a clear vision. In business, possessing high quality leadership skills are a must for any interested individual to succeed on an executive level. Developing a powerful vision, building a strong team, and bringing out the best in those you lead are key facets to experience success as a leader in your field or industry. Dear friends, people follow a great leader because he is representative of the beliefs of a group. This person is often a well-principled individual who is focused on a common goal and eliminates excess fear and doubt. The followers of the leader often provide the necessary support for the team to advance and succeed in achieving their goals. Dear friends, an individual with good leadership skills will recognize and reward the team for the greater cause. Yes, we have to understand what are the aspects of leadership then. The importance of using rewards and recognition to lead. The importance of using expertise to lead. The importance of task allocation. Why discipline is important for great leaders. What leaders can do to motivate their followers. How to lead in an environment with multiple cultures. How to bring out the best in those who lead. How to set an example for the followers. How to become the leader others will follow. How study a great leader can improve your skills. how leaders can build a strong team, how to develop a powerful vision, how to go from beginning a manager to a leader, how to become a great leader, the secrets of successful leaders, leadership tips and leadership styles. Dear friends, there are so many varieties. There might be a low or a high level leadership. So, here we will be learning again about the entrepreneurs, the leader. First, immediately we look forward, we see is an entrepreneur. Characteristics and skills of an entrepreneur. In the last session, we did deal with the business skills and business networking. We have understood how a leader should do, an entrepreneur, how he should be. So, understanding the entrepreneur is the most important thing. Defining the entrepreneur. I may not be repeating, but an entrepreneur is a leader. Our purpose, perspective of leadership. Motivation for becoming an entrepreneur. A foreign refugee, a corporate refugee, or a parental refugee, or feminist refugee, social refugee, or educational refugee. All these become leaders. Now, factors that shape future entrepreneurs are triads, environment, and behavior. Dear friends, there are entrepreneur process. 4 schools of thought is there. There is a little triads approach. Entrepreneurs are shaped by their character, internal attributes. There is an environmental approach leader, who entrepreneurs are a product of their environment, external factors. There will be a behavior, managerial approach. It is neither internal nor external factors, but actions and behaviors that lead to entrepreneurship, and contingency approach. Let us first look into the entrepreneurial triads approach. Here generally possess some characteristics like high need for achievement, risk taking properly, tolerance for ambiguity, and innovation. Dear friends, intuition also makes you understand decisions based on gut feelings. High need for independence and autonomy make someone to decide. Internal locus of control, low need for conformity and proactive. Yes, friends, the entrepreneurial triads approach is a need for achievement, strong desire to act own goals and carry them out. Yes, this is the most important thing. Want to take responsibility of actions, predispositions to be preoccupied with quality, service, customer satisfaction, need for independence and autonomy. Then moderate risk-taking propensity, internal locus of control, tolerance for ambiguity, innovation, proactivity. Entrepreneur characteristics also, being an entrepreneur requires specific characteristics and skills that are often achieved through education, hard work and planning. Yes, friends, so let us see the role of entrepreneur. There are possibly 2 roles, a risk taker, innovator, and manager or a coordinator. There are risk taker who will take the risk, research, planning and skill development he will do. Perspective approach, curious approach. Imaginative, persistent, goal setter. He needs a goal setting, but hard working. Work hard, have fun, make a difference. Self-confident, flexible, independent. A skill is the ability to do something specific to translate knowledge into action. So, what are the skills an entrepreneur needs? Research skills. Gathering information. How is the research skill takes place? Gathering information. maybe from books, periodicals, indexes, database, the internet, consultants, professionals, schools, colleges, educational institutions. Using information. We should know how to use the information. Management skills. All the 100 skills which we have listed for corporate should be imbibed in an entrepreneur, and more so. He should have a planning, organizing, the time management planning, directing, controlling, relationship skills, staff responsibility and relationships, supplier relationship, customer relationship. For example, Jimmy Pattison, he has achieved his goals. Vicky Kerr, she has achieved her goal. David Tuckan, he has achieved her goal. And evaluation criteria is also most important to each one of them. It should be flexibility should be there, feasibility should be there. In what? Finances, location, licenses and permits, suppliers and staff. Dear friends, they should know the marketability, profitability. Now comes the environmental approach entrepreneurs. Choice of entrepreneurship is related to external factors beyond the individual's control, seen as a cultural phenomenon. Yes, entrepreneurs are products of their culture. Some culture groups can see entrepreneurship as the more desirable career opportunity. Then you might have family background. Some become entrepreneurs because the family is a business family. They might have firstborn role models or the rejections. And then you can have education and experience. This is the environmental approach. Levels of education is more and more entrepreneurs are educated. Nowadays you do find everybody is educated and their experience. Then you have push and pull theory, where you are pushed into entrepreneurship and you are pulled into entrepreneurship. Then you have marginal and displacement approach. Environmental approach also gives you. The studies show that the marginal individuals are more likely to become entrepreneurs. Misfits sometimes become very good entrepreneurs. They cannot fit into a business mainstream. They might dislike 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. routine, problems with acceptance of authority, difficulty in coping with bureaucracy. All this will make you entrepreneur. I started as a teacher, I said, left the principalship after working for 20 years as principal, head of the institutions. Then for 15 years, I've been having my own training center. I'm the boss. I'm the worker. Everything we have to do ourselves. Yes. And minorities who feel discrimination against women and experiencing the glass ceiling often start own business out of necessity. Yes. We are happy that there is not much of glass ceiling in India. But still, many women are in the lower category. They go, only 2% of them go to the top level management. Then there is a behavioral management approach based on the entrepreneur's ability to achieve goals. That is also there. Then you have contingency approach, combination of all factors, the ability to sense the opportunity that result entrepreneur tries to ability and willing to exploit management skills. So if we sum up, the entrepreneurial triads are self-confident and optimistic, able to take calculated risk, respond positively to changes, flexible and able to adapt, knowledgeable of markets, able to get along well with others, independent minded, energetic and diligent, creative, need to achieve, dynamic leader, responsive to suggestions, take initiatives, resourcefulness and perseverance, perspective and with foresight. So entrepreneurship is a dynamic process of creating incremental wealth. The entrepreneur must somehow infuse value to the product or service. So let us discuss here, suggest areas for new possible enterprises, compare concepts of entrepreneurship, or explain entrepreneurship as a process and the importance of innovations to that process. As leaders today, we should know the new ideas, new ways. Creative as a prerequisite to innovation. Yeah, creativity is most important thing. The creative process are idea germination, preparation, incubation, illumination and verification. The difference between invention and innovation is invention is the creation of new products, process and technologies, and innovation is the transformation of creative ideas into useful applications by combining resources in new or unusual ways to provide value to society or improved products, technology or services. So, elements for innovation process is analytical planning, organizing resources, implementation and commercial application. Dear friends, you need to have your own new enterprise serves your interest in significant ways. In what are the ways? Salary, security, assets building, perks, independence and fulfillment. Yes, friends, there are many entrepreneur women too today who are ruling this world. Women also have some common indicators. The globalization has brought change into the leaders too. They have started thinking in a different way, multitasking way. Most of the households have more than one color TV today, you know. Everybody travels by AC or air. Millions of internet users are there. Mobile phones are used by everybody, and there is a passenger car sales are hiked and pocket monies are given more. Considering all these things, the leaders look into it. So which area we should go? Why I am talking all these things is to where to think of our business. Excellence is the word associated with such things in the corporate, like being first class, distinctive, the best obtainable, superior, above par, top notch, perfect, exceptional, uncommon, unique, and even transcendent. Both men and women, we need the excellent workforce. So here are some typical components which are necessary for an organizational excellence. Yes, we need great people, great place to work, solidly and consistently profitable, trusted by customers, recognized by innovators, best products and services, and most efficient. For this, we should not put a gender bias. You should understand women and men are same, equal in every aspect. Here, for your information, women have 54.4% gray matter that helps in thinking, whereas men have 50.8%. I'm sorry, it's a fact. So, the basic characteristics required for a successful entrepreneur is multitask oriented. Indian women can easily connect with people. Why I am talking about women? Nowadays you see more and more women coming into corporates. Indian women are very calm and solve problems gently. They can have a marketing skill. So you should involve more women in corporate world. There is a daily task they can do. So understand how best the entrepreneurs can take the basic qualities like innovative thinking and farsightedness, quick and effective decision making skills, ability to mobilize and marshal resources, strong determination and self confidence, preparedness to take risks, accepting changes in right time, access and alertness to latest scientific and technological information. Dear friends, we have to follow all the 16 personality factors from the duty fulfiller to the executive. So, and we have to understand the Raymond's factors also like warmth, reasoning, emotional stability, change, self-reliance, perfection and tension. Dear friends, then we have to move to the leadership styles. What are the leadership styles we have? Leadership styles are the most important. There are theories, there are styles, and there are followers. Yes, there are theories, many theories to be understood, personality factors to be understood. Now, we have to go about it, the low and other levels of high levels of, but the styles. There are a number of different approaches, styles to leadership and management that are based on different assumptions and theories. The style that individuals use will be based on a combination of their beliefs, values, and preferences, as well as organizational culture and norms, which will encourage some styles and discourage others. What are these styles? What we are talking about? There is a charismatic leadership, participative leadership, situational leadership, transactional leadership, transformational leadership, and the quiet leadership. Let us look into, and there are additional researches on this leadership, like emotional leadership styles. Now, what is this? Who is a charismatic leader? The assumptions of charismatic leadership is charm and grace are all that is needed to create followers. Yes? Yeah, that's why a movie hero or heroine is able to get followers because of their charm. Self-belief is a fundamental need of leadership. People follow others that they personally admire. The style is the charismatic leader gathers followers through dint of personality and charm rather than any form of external power or authority. Then you have a leader who can be called participative leader. The participative leadership has a lot of assumptions like involvement in decision making, improves the understanding of the issues involved by those who must carry out the decisions. People are more committed to actions where they have involved in the relevant decision making. People are less competitive and more collaborative when they are working on joint goals. When people make decisions together, the social commitment to one another is greater and thus increase their commitment to the decisions. Several people deciding together to make better decisions than one person alone. So, a style here is approached a participative leader, rather than taking autocratic decisions, seeks to involve other people in the process, possibly including subordinates, peers, superiors, and the stakeholders. Often, a participative leader wants to take everybody together, but unfortunately, many of them don't give their suggestions. Yeah, we do criticize, but suggestions we don't involve in the process of decision making. Often, however, as it is within the manager's whim to give or deny control to his or her subordinates. Most participative activity is within the immediate team. The question of how much influence others are given, this may vary on the manager's preferences and beliefs and a whole spectrum of participation is possible. How it takes it up from non-participative to highly participative. Then you have a leader who is called situational leader. The situational leadership, the best action of the leader depends on a range of situational factors. When addition is needed, an efficient leader does not just fall into a single preferred style, such as using transactional or transformational method. In practice, they say things are not that simple. Factors that affect situational decisions include motivation and capacity of followers. So understand the relationship between followers and the leader may be another factor that affects the leader behavior as much as it does follower behavior. Now when we have so many variables, subordinate effort, subordinate ability, organization of the work, cooperation and cohesiveness, resource and support of availability of tools, materials and people, external coordination, the need to collaborate with other groups. All these are the approaches and they have to identify. These behaviors have been identified by Yuki in 89. And then we have a transactional leader. People are motivated by reward and punishment. Social systems work best with a clear chain of command when people have agreed to do a job. A part of the deal is that they report all the authority to their manager. They'll just give it to them. The prime purpose of a subordinate is to do what their manager tells them to do. So that is a transactional leadership, asking somebody else to do it. The transactional leader works through creating clear structure whereby it is clear what is required of rather their subordinates and the rewards that they get for following orders. Punishments are not always mentioned, but they also are well understood and formal systems of discipline are usually in place. The early stage of transactional leadership is in negotiating the contract whereby the subordinate is given a salary and other benefits and the company is subordinate gets authority over the subordinates. Dear friends, we should understand that transactional leader allocates work to a subordinate. They are considered to be fully responsible for it, whether or not they have the resources or capabilities to carry out. So you have to be careful when you are giving the work to your subordinate. When things go wrong, then the subordinate is considered to be personally at fault and is punished for their failure. But then when they do good work, very few of them get their merit and reward. Whereas transformational leadership has more of selling style. Transactional leadership, once the contact is in place, there is a telling style. There is a selling style and a telling style. Then you have a transformational leadership. People will follow a person who inspires them. A person with vision and passion can achieve great things. The way to get things done is by injecting enthusiasm and energy. Even today, some of my students and some of my colleagues do write and they say, once in a year at least, please talk to us so that we get inspired. At this age, we can only inspire you all. Working for a transformational leader can be a wonderful and uplifting experience. They put passion and energy into everything. They care about you and want you to be successful. So they develop a vision. Transformational leadership starts with the development of a vision, a view of the future that will excite and convert potential followers. Dear friends, selling the vision is a very important thing for the transformation leadership. So when we talk about all, there's another leader, is a quiet leader. The quiet leader's actions or leaders speak louder than his own or her own words. People are motivated when you give them credit rather than take it yourself. Ego and aggression are neither necessary nor constructive. The approach here, the quiet leaders, is that the antithesis, the classic charismatic leaders, in that they base their success not on ego and force of character, but on their thoughts and actions. Although they are strongly task focused, they are neither bullies nor unnecessary unkind, and they may persuade people through a rational argument and a form of benevolence. Transactional leadership it is. So we have to understand the managerial grid of this leadership. After knowing all these things, Levin's leadership styles are also given, where he talks about autocratic leadership, democratic leadership, laissez-faire leadership. But Lincoln's leadership styles are also spoken at large, like exploitative, authoritative, explore and authoritative too. Now exploit, don't do it, but there are leaders who exploit the situations too. There are benevolent authoritative leaders too. There are consultative leaders, participative leaders, and then the most important is the emotional leadership styles. There are 6 emotional leadership styles. Who are they? What are they? A visionary leader. A visionary leader moves people towards a shared vision, telling them where to go but not how to go get there, thus motivating them to struggle forward. They openly share information, hence giving knowledge powers to others. They can fall when trying to motivate more experienced experts or peers. This style is best. A visionary leader is the best leader. Then a coaching leader. Yeah, we are leaders who coach. The coaching leader connects, wants to organization goals, holding long conversations that reach beyond the workplace, helping people find strengths and weaknesses and trying these to career aspirations and actions. They are good at dealing challenges, assignment, demonstrating faith that demands justification and which leads to high level of loyalty. Yeah, they are very loyal to their work. Done badly, this style looks like micromanaging. It is best used when individuals need to build long-term capability. It has a highly positive impact on the climate. Then you have an affiliative leader. The affiliative leader creates people, connects and thus harmony within the organization. He brings harmony. It is a very collaborative style which focuses on emotional needs over work needs. Then you have a democratic leader. The democratic leader acts to value inputs and commitment via participation, listening to both the bad and the good news. When done badly, it looks like lots of listening but very little effective action. It is best used to gain buy-in or when simple inputs are needed. It has a positive impact on climate. So face-setting leader, commanding leader. There are many leaders who motivate, and motivation and the leadership style go hand in hand. Leadership style influences levels of motivation. Command and control leadership drains and ambitions, while worker responsibility increases ambitions. So we should know self-motivated and visionaries will not accept authority-controlled environment. They will find a way to escape it trapped. In a team motivated environment, dependency types will become inspired and strive to be acceptable. Yes, friends, there is a reaction to change. Command and control leadership is the primary style in our society today when there is a lot of change. Reaction to efficiency. It is advancing technology, enforcing change. So we have to change. Then we have reaction to learning habits. Young workers and establishing work habits, all of them have to learn now new habits, new ways. We cannot say we cannot do it. We have to go about it. And reaction to goals. Self-motivated people are goal motivated. Once they conquer one goal, they establish another. Every goal is a learning process that requires all the elements in one level or other. Then you have reaction to recognition. Recognition is important. It builds positive self-esteem. By itself, its benefits are short-lived. Long-term benefits are more important, short-term, but still recognition then and there is a great skill. Self-motivating projects will help you to come up with the leadership styles and leadership skills. Team motivated projects also helps you in leadership where the whole team works on it. So levels of personal achievement is based on the size of the personal vision. Dear friends, all these are the barriers. A burning desire with a bigger than life vision can overcome all the barriers. Yes, friends, let us understand the most important thing is today's challenges in the even a small business entrepreneurs have lot of challenges in India. Now all this we know the GDP is added because of the small entrepreneurs. So we have to understand a great, like whether it is Ambani who has become from a small businessman to a great industrialist, or Shiv Nada, he also. So let us see, but we all have to understand the three questions to be put to meet the entrepreneur challenges in India. What are these three questions? What are the improved traits of an entrepreneur? We have seen lot of traits we can say like good health, need to control and direct, self-confidence, sense of urgency, all these are needed, goal setter, knowing your strengths and weaknesses. Then we have collaborative and self-fulfilled, future-focused, curious, tech-savvy, action-oriented entrepreneurs. All said and done, everything becomes successful only when you really have a powers of mind to understand. And this powers of mind gives you most of the, they must enjoy their life. So please understand, be goal oriented, accountable, disciplined, adaptable, resilient, determined, creative, open minded, confident, optimistic, persistent, and avid learner, ambitious and driven, a self starter, and a passionate person. Dear friends, there is a corporate type and an entrepreneur type. In a corporate type, he is a first class. He works, but an entrepreneur is a different way. So understand the difference and see that everything works. And what is the second question? How to promote the new business? That's the most important thing we should know. We have been talking about. Then what are the essentials of small business? From a business plan to execution of creating of the cash flow, all these are the essentials. So we have to update our plans and understand what they need and how they can help each one of them. And the last, not for integrative thinking and powers of mind, we should know leading spiritual power, integrating spirituality and organization leadership, or serving with divinity and dignity. Dear friends, Gandhiji did say that he did not lead an organization. He led all of us to the freedom, but he had that power. So each one of us should know and branch out and have the powers of mind along with integrative thinking. If this is possible only with the spiritual leadership too. So what are the powers within? Now we call it as mind power for a leadership. Mind power is wishing, willing, or imaging. Mind power is to make automatic thoughts into reality generator. So we do need all the powers of mind to be intact, to work for a better leadership styles. Now creeping inside the mind, we should know how we have to understand this creeping. Holistic approach should be there. We do need a new thinking. Our awareness and acceptance of diversity, not just of thinking different, but of being different, has evolved in that last decade. Yes, it needs a new thinking, and that is called emotional intelligence too. And series of things like a number of actions, events, everything need to be taken care. Then there is called IT, integrative thinking, not information technology, have brought us some innovative thinking methods. Now this will help us to understand, go about it, and creative leadership. We need creative leadership. Abdul Kalam said we need entrepreneurs, integrative entrepreneurs, innovative entrepreneurs, creative and confident entrepreneurs. And most important thing is to have some thinkers, creative thinkers. Now we have some categories who can indent, attend, suspend, extend, and connect. In the same way, we have to understand that we have to branch out. The main thing, mother tree will be there, but still you have to branch out, and then branching out gives you a new thinking and new leadership, and that leadership is the most important thing in the world today. Now, how do you branch out? How do you create? Please go through the material, go through all the modules given to you. It will be very, very good. So now, a successful leader thought. Integrative thinking is an art and a heuristic process. The integrative thinker develops a stance that embraces, not fears, the essential qualities of enigmatic choices. Develop the extropriate of the skills, reporters of skills. Then you have creative process that avoids easy and formulate answers. Dear friends, the management style is the most important thing. We need from LS power to SL power. Yes, successful leader. Leading spiritual power to spiritual leader power. We have to get it. Now, spirituality doesn't mean that you have to sit and do God's prayer. No, work is worship. Here I am talking about worship your work. And once you worship your work, you are the great leader. You know how to go about it. So work is worship, and working with integrity and succeeding with integrity along with the mind power and thinking alone would allow you to branch out and still be with the tree that is the God. Dear friends, the leadership qualities are very, very important. Follow the leadership qualities, styles, and also skills and enhance them, imbibe in them, inculcate them in your workforce. Thank you.